Hi, so I just wanted to do sort of a face-to-face introduction so you know who you're corresponding with when you come to my Facebook page, As Above, So Below. I'm Thistle Nytebliss, and I'm the only administrator on this page at this time, and I just wanted to make a video introducing myself and explaining to you what my definition of as above, so below is to me. It's going to mean different things to different people, but I think that the core and the soul of the meaning of as above, so below is essentially the same. I am going to introduce myself first, and then we'll get to that. Of course, I'm Thistle Nytebliss. This is the first time I've ever run a Facebook page ever. The reason I started it is because I wanted to connect with more people. I wanted to be able to voice more of my own opinions and my own thoughts about being a pagan and about how I view things. I have very strong opinions about several different spiritualities. I'm accepting of a lot of personalities and a lot of spiritualities and a lot of religions. What I'm not accepting of is how certain people or members of certain religions represent their spirituality and their belief system. I don't think that there is any invalid spirituality at all. I think they're all valid. I think they all have something worthy to contribute to the world in terms of having a deeper meaning to people's souls. What I have a problem with is when they are misrepresented into being something ugly. And I don't do ugly. So whenever I refer to if I ever seem derogatory or bigoted towards a certain group, it's because I am to a certain extent. That's me. That's how I am. But I'm more bigoted against the people that are misrepresenting what that group should actually be. It's not that I am bigoted against Christians, because I'm not. I was raised Christian. I am still a member of my Methodist Christian church that I grew up with in Texas. I will claim a member of that church until the day I die. They are good people. They are spreading the right kind of message. They are setting the correct example for their religion and spirituality. If they were misrepresenting that religion and spirituality, for example, like Westboro Baptist Church, that's when I have something to say, and that is where you're going to find me be the most passionate and the most riled up. And I just want you to understand that I have clear lines where that's coming from, and I feel if I'm able to explain that to you face to face, such as in this video, that you'll be able to understand more of my tone when I type statuses and when I post topics. So what else? I am 29. I have 5 children. 2 of those children I gave birth to, and 3 of them are my stepchildren, and all 5 of them are absolutely what makes most of me. I am a mom, and I love being a mom, and I am a wife, and I have probably the most tolerant husband I have ever seen in my entire life, because Lord knows I am a very stubborn person, and for him to be able to not lose his mind trying to explain things to me and trying to help me along in my little path of life here, I mean, it's got to take somebody to really try and deal with me, because I am not a simple person, even though I sometimes wish I was. I am currently solitary and am looking for another coven. I was a member of a coven, but am no longer. And I won't go into too much detail about that unless you absolutely want to know, and then I will tell you. But I was part of a coven for about 6 months and I left. And now I'm looking to either A, start my own group, or B, um, be solitary and have an excellent web presence. I want to, it's hard to find people to form a coven in person, and the internet, I think, is a better way for me to get my message across. If I have a place where I can really put my thoughts and views into play, I think that I'll be able to reach out to more people. You'll know who I am. You'll have a much clearer understanding of how I am. And if you don't like it, then you know it's not for you. And if you do like it, then hey, we got to chat, because I'm looking for some people that think how I do, or that think similar to, or somebody that thinks completely different from me, that can show me different views that I wouldn't otherwise be able to see. Okay, now I'll move on to As Above, So Below. I picked that name in specific for my Facebook page because to me, we are all a piece of the goddess or of our higher power, however you explain or however you identify with your pantheon and your spirituality. And we are spiritual beings having a human experience. So if you take into account and you relate that your spiritual self is as above and your human self is as below, as above, so below, who you are as a spiritual person will manifest who you are as a human physical being. So that being said, we know that we're not perfect. We know that we make mistakes. We know that we stumble in life. So knowing that and knowing that we are indeed a piece of the goddess, what does that tell you about our goddess, about our higher power, our primeval deity? To me, that says that we're not perfect. And neither is our primeval deity, our universal power, our goddess. Our goddess is here having a human experience through all of us. So she's learning just as we're learning. It's not, well, it is a conquest to figure out what we're supposed to do, reliving or going through certain circumstances over and over to learn a valuable lesson. But we are a part of that higher power that's going through those lessons. Our goddess is going through these tough times and these great times just like we are. And I think it's important to know that our higher power is not this omnipotent, all-knowing vector of knowledge. She's learning through us. We're teaching her as well as we're learning on our own, because essentially we are her. We're a piece of her, and everything around us is too. So as above, so below, as within, so without. That's the rest of the saying, but I do tend to focus a little more on the first part. It's my favorite part. It's my favorite saying. Anytime somebody is upset or they're mad or they're down, I always have to remind them, don't be too upset. Everybody has their own flaws and their own strong points. We're not meant to be perfect. We're not ever going to be perfect. And so to expect someone else to be perfect, such as a spiritual leader or a mentor or a parent, is really quite silly, because they're part of the goddess too, and they're not going to be 100% perfect. If your goddess isn't perfect and you aren't perfect, why on earth would you want a spiritual leader who's perfect? Or who thinks they are, at the very least, because they can't be perfect, because nobody is. Anyway, feel free to comment either here on Facebook or on YouTube. Subscribe to my channel. This is my introductory video. I'm hoping to post one every single Wednesday. And don't be shy. Tell me what you would like to hear my opinions of, any topic. I'm going to, it doesn't even have to be strictly related to paganism. It can be a book, it can be a TV show, because I guarantee you there's going to be times when I'm going to want to get on here and just rant about The Walking Dead or True Blood or Game of Thrones or Bates Motel. There's going to be times when I'm just going to want to get on here and talk about silly stuff. And don't think that this has to be serious spiritual stuff all the time, because it does not. If you see something that you think is funny, sarcastic, witty, awesome, enlightening, don't hesitate to put it on my page. You have full permission to put whatever you need. Anyhow, that's my introductory video. Just wanted to say hi and leave your comments and suggestions for next week's video. And it was great. I had fun.